when you start getting into personal spirituality, especially with respect to the yogic system, you will see that there are different types of knowledge. All right? There is knowledge in your body. Your body remembers. If we take your DNA now and test it, your body knows who your father is, who your grandfather is, great grandfather. It knows where they have been. So if you spit in a bottle now and send them to a website like 23andme.com, ancestry.com, africanancestry.com, websites like that, without them knowing you personally, just from that spittle, they will tell you where you're from, which country. You're 21% from Cameroon, you are 10% from Nigeria, you're this, you're that, you're that. What of the African type of knowledge? This is knowledge of knowing how to find happiness and peacefulness and fulfillment. That's why if you go to African villages, they are the most happiest people. You will see one man, everything they said a person should not do, the villagers do it and they're happy. They say if you're going to give birth, once you give birth to a child, you must give the child a series of injections. You know what I'm taking? A series of injections to prevent them from getting diseases. Go to the villages, they don't do that. They just give birth anyhow. You need cesarean operation to give birth. Many people in the village, majority, 99%, they don't do that. But the women give birth. Do you understand? So they say, April, you must give birth to 1 or 2 children so that you can raise them. In the village, they have 12 children from one woman. 12. Out of that, maybe one will not make it, but 11 will survive. So that's African traditional knowledge. This knowledge is built around peaceful coexistence, how to live a happy, fulfilled life, family life. Africa knows it. Africa understands marriage more than any other continent. The divorce rate in Africa is very low. Even though there are divorce laws, a woman can divorce, a man can divorce, this, that. But the divorce rate is very low. If you go to the trenches, you will see that people are not marrying because of money. You see the poorest girl in the street is marrying the poorest guy. In fact, the girl is even earning more than the guy. They marry. Sometimes they don't even do marry. They have the children. They are growing the children together. Then maybe 10 years later, they can do one wedding or the other. Do you understand? But this is not the kind of knowledge that is available in the West. In the West, they don't know how to marry. They marry next year, it has broken. Marry next year. So if you are thinking of divorce rates in Africa, you're looking at cities, the capital cities in Africa that have adopted the Western way of marriage. It's lacking in some sort of fundamental wisdom on peaceful coexistence. They think that a husband and wife can have issue in the morning and settle it before evening. That's a kind of knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So knowledges are in different categories. So what is this Western knowledge? What is the knowledge on how to take something, divide it into pieces and look into it till you find the tiniest part of that thing, and then you reconstruct it and understand how it was built. The white man can come to your soil you've been working on, living on for 1,000 years, and they start digging the soil for no reason. They dig it, till they find gold in your soil. It's happening in Africa. Many African nations have been living in, many communities have been living in that community for 100,000 years. White man shows up 100 years ago and boom, they are mining oil there now. A white man can stare at the skies and start building something till they build a rocket that can leave the world. That is Western knowledge. They know how to take things and divide it until they find it, understand how it works, piece it together and use it to build something else. That's Western knowledge for you. So when you acquire a degree in Western education, if you look at that degree fundamentally, you will see that it's teaching you how to take anything and research it, pieces it, till you understand where the problem is, how it is, and how to use it to solve another problem. The ability to research, that is Western knowledge. With this knowledge, they have built weapons. They have built guns, gunships. They have built submarines. They have built airplanes, fighter jets. They have built cities. They have built skyscrapers, rockets. Do you understand? The ability to look at things and make sense out of them. So if you have attended school at all, we know it's a Western education that you took. Do you understand? Now, why is it that you're not using the knowledge you gained from that Western education to solve your own personal problem? It's because you forgot yourself. Think about it. If you look at school, a lecturer will come and introduce you to something you've never heard in class. A lecturer will walk into class, introduce you to a topic you've never heard. And then after explaining the topic briefly for an hour or two, they give you an assignment. What is the purpose of that assignment? It's so that you can go home and by yourself do a research, find out more information about the problem, understand the problem, and piece together the solution, and prepare it in a method that is presentable and submit it. That is what school is teaching you. There's nothing else school is teaching you. They say people who have PhD can do 98% of jobs on earth. Any job you bring, as long as somebody who has PhD can settle down, understand that job, and execute it. Any job at all. People who have PhD. People who have masters can do about 80% or so. There's a place I once read it. So now, what is your biggest problem? Marital issues? Financial issues. Your salary is not enough per month. You can't even buy a Corolla. Not to talk of Lambo. But you know your heart truly desires to own a Lamborghini. You deserve... See, let me tell you, I usually tell people, look, you deserve anything that is in your heart. As long as it's not illegal. That mansion you have in your mind, you deserve it. There's no place they wrote a rule that you don't deserve the mansion. Can you show me a place where they wrote that your name, doesn't deserve the car in your mind? You don't deserve to own 20 cars. Where is it written? Where is it written that you don't deserve to have a happy family? It's not written anywhere. What's happening is that you have all these ideas in your mind clogging you up. Now I'm telling you now, you're realizing that it's true. So you're having a financial issue, which is the salary, the income coming in per month is not enough. But you keep doing the same thing every day. That job that is not paying you enough, every morning you wake up, you go for that job. Every morning you wake up, you go for that job. How are you going to get a good result, a different result, if you keep doing the same thing every day? What happened to your education? Your education should teach you that it has now become a problem. So what do you do when you have a problem? It's an assignment. You take it home, you sit down and say, what is the problem we're facing, guys? You say, guys, well, the problem we're facing, you know what I mean by guys? Me, myself, and I. You know what I'm saying? The problem we're facing is that our income per month is not enough. So what is the solution? You do what? How do you solve your assignment? First of all, you call your other classmates, right? Guys, do you know the solution to this problem? Do you know the solution to this problem? So in your own case now, how many people have you called in your lifetime to ask them, how can I double my income? How many people? How many people have you reached out and say, guy, how did you make it? I know when you were struggling. How did you make it? I'm facing the same issue. Guy, show me the way. Criminals know how to do this. It's people that went to school that don't know. Criminals know how to say, please, give me format. Humble yourself. First step is to find out if somebody else already has a solution. What do you do in school if somebody already has a solution? You copy. If I see somebody now that is worth ₦1 billion and I see what he did, I understand it, I'll copy it. Copy. There's no rule in the world that says you can't copy a method. It's different from plagiarism. You can't copy somebody's works. But the method they use to arrive at that work, you can copy it. Second one is to research. In the school in those days, they have libraries like this, where they have books. Your ability to use the library to look for the book you're looking for, open the book and start looking for the page. That's what school teaches you. How many times have you bought a book about how to get rich? And then you start reading it, looking for the millionaire mind. How many times have you done something like that? You forgot you can do it. You forgot you can read. Oh, no. Mumu. You forgot you can read, but you have certificate. Nowadays, we have Google. How many times have you taken Google to research how to double my income in which country? Which country are you in? In so-and-so country. How to make money as an immigrant in XYZ. How to find a job in Lagos. You forgot you can do it, Mumu. Shock you.